I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Thursday, May the 28th, 2015. Former British Prime Minister Tony Blair has said he will step down as the international community's Middle East envoy. While no official reason was given, unnamed officials cited frustration in the stalled peace talks between Israel and the Palestinians as what led to the resignation. Blair was appointed to the post of Mideast envoy back in 2007 by the Quartet, which includes the United States, the European Union, Russia, and the United Nations, in order to help develop the Palestinian economy and lay the groundwork for the establishment of a Palestinian state alongside Israel as part of a peace deal with Israel. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu praised Blair's efforts, which he said had helped bridge the gaps between leaders and people in the region. Netanyahu said Blair acted to advance important economic projects between Israel and the Palestinian Authority, and in his wisdom helped many times to reconcile the positions of the parties in the region, including during times of crisis. The quartet praised Blair as well for his, quote, unwavering commitment to peace and for contributions he made to improving the lives of Palestinians in the West Bank and Gaza. U.S. State Department spokesman Jeff Rathke said Blair had worked tirelessly and passionately, and that he did not know of plans to replace Blair at the moment. France's foreign minister announced today that he will travel to Israel next month in an effort to restart peace talks between Israel and the Palestinians. Laurent Fabius told France's Interradio that he would visit the Middle East at the end of June and meet with leaders of Egypt, the Palestinian Authority, and Israel in a bid to restart negotiations. France is pushing for a United Nations Security Council resolution that would set a time frame and parameters for such talks. Meanwhile, U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham warned against a UN, quote, takeover of the peace process. The visiting Republican South Carolina senator told a press conference in Jerusalem yesterday that if the UN Security Council adopted a position to, quote, define the terms of the peace process, he would, quote, lead an effort to suspend their funding. Graham is chairman of the Senate subcommittee that oversees the U.S. funding of international organizations. The senator met yesterday with Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu and opposition leader Isaac Herzog, discussing, among other issues, the deal being negotiated between world powers and Iran. Graham assured both men that there would be a bipartisan requirement in Congress that any nuclear deal signed with Iran must include, quote, sufficient verification, including inspections of Iran's military facilities. During his Jerusalem visit, Graham also took a tour of the Knesset and met with Defense Minister Moshe Ya'alon, among other Israeli officials. The New York Times reports that chief U.S. negotiator with Iran Wendy Sherman will be stepping down from her post this summer. The Undersecretary of State, who is Jewish, told the Times yesterday that she planned to leave the State Department soon after the June 30th deadline for a final deal with the Islamic Republic, saying it had been 2 long years of negotiations. In a statement to CNN last night, Secretary of State John Kerry called Sherman an absolutely critical member of his team. Germany announced that they will not prosecute a former Nazi SS soldier accused of mass murder because he is suffering from dementia. The unnamed 93-year-old is a former company commander in the 16th SS Panzergrenadier Division, alleged to have been involved in the massacre of over 300 men, women, and children in a village in northern Italy on August the 12th of 1944. After concluding their investigation, Hamburg state prosecutors said today that psychiatric and neurological examinations show advanced dementia, making the man unfit to stand trial. Rutgers University's Student Life awarded the school's Hillel with its Outstanding Large Student Organization Award. The annual award recognizes student organizations and individuals who have shown great dedication of service and leadership to the university and to the community. Rutgers Hillel Executive Director Andrew Getrar called the award one of the group's crowning achievements. He said it recognizes that the dedicated work of both our students and professional staff benefits not only Jewish students, but the campus community as a whole. Rutgers Hillel is in the midst of fundraising to build a permanent home on campus to be called the Eva and Ari Halpern Hillel House. It will offer space for religious services and educational, social, and cultural programs, as well as a kosher kitchen, dining room, and an outdoor cafe. And turning now to our programming for tonight, Thursday, May the 28th, at 7 o'clock from the Limud Conference 2015, a discussion of the legacy of the Jewish commitment to social justice. At 8 o'clock, former Israeli police detective Yaron Svorai talks about his work as an undercover Nazi hunter in Germany. Then at 9, Mark Golub sits down with New York City homicide detective Morty Zakansky to talk about his personal experience during 9/11 and his work with the Israeli Police Department. That's followed at 10 by best-selling author of The Red Tent, Anita Diamond, on reinventing the Jewish woman. That's from the 92nd Street Y in New York City. That's tonight on JBS and jbstv.org. And that's the JBS News Update for Thursday, May the 28th, 2015. I'm Teisha Bader.